Today's episode is brought to you by Sincerely Shalia, my very own greeting card line, written and designed by me for real love and real life. Whether you need the perfect card to celebrate love, apologize, or say what's on your heart, Sincerely Shalia has you covered. So skip the generic and say it your way. Check out my full collection at shaliavinny.com/greeting cards and find the card that speaks for you. I can't wait till you guys check them out. And don't forget to let me know what you think. I love you guys. Hello and welcome to the Love This Way podcast, the show that exists to help men and women everywhere to be better at love. Never any gender wars or back and forth, just great tips to help you find and sustain the love of your dreams. Because love is a journey, but you still need direction. So grab your tribe and get ready, because each episode we're going to be talking about our real life issues, answering tough questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal, learn, and grow. I'm your host, your girl, Dr. Shalia Vinny, and today we're going to get real about the Proverbs 31 woman, because she is not who y'all think she is. Hey, my babies. Welcome back to another episode of Love This Way. You know, I've been noticing that everybody loves to throw around the term Proverbs 31 woman. Men say they want her, and women are always posting about being her and how they are her. But can we just be real for a second? Because I feel like most of y'all don't even understand who she really is. You've been fed this version of her that's quiet and docile and apron wearing, and she's obedient, and she's some holy housewife fantasy or something. But the Bible really paints her in a whole different picture. She was powerful, you guys. She was wise. She was respected in the streets, and she was trusted in her home. So this episode is going to shift how you see womanhood and value and submission and respect, not just for women trying to become her, but also for the men who keep asking for her, but really don't know that they're not even built to handle her. Because when we talk about the real Proverbs 31 woman, it goes way beyond the aesthetic. I want to break down what actually is in Proverbs 31, not what social media keeps on saying. Number one, of course, she considers a field and then she buys it. That's verse 16. This woman was making real estate moves, okay? She was out here flipping land, not just flipping pancakes, all right? She makes linen garments and sells them. Verse 24. She ran a business. That means she created, she marketed, she sold. Proverbs 31 is not just about how she treated her husband, it's about how she moved in the marketplace. Number three, she speaks with wisdom and faithful instruction is on her tongue. That's verse 26. That means she wasn't just praying quietly in the background. She was a thought leader, a teacher, a woman of influence. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Verse 27. That means that she managed things. She delegated. She took care of business. She was not waiting to be told what to do. She just did it on her own. And of course, you got to mention her husband has full confidence in her. That's verse 11. That means that he trusted her with everything. Why? Because she was consistent, competent, and didn't need constant supervision. Now, I want you to pause for a second. If this same woman showed up today, running her own company, making money, traveling for business, still prioritizing her household, some of these men online would be calling her too independent, masculine, or not wifey material. But this is the woman that scripture tells men to praise. Now, I've got to call out why men and women are so wrong about her in the first place. Fellas, I want to start with you. Because you say you want a Proverbs 31 woman. But then you get on podcasts and you shame educated women. You say stuff like, we don't care about your degrees. Or you mock women for being ambitious by calling them masculine for leading. But how do you praise the Proverbs 31 woman when she was all those things? She had work ethic, business sense, she was independent, and her man wasn't intimidated. She had power, but he still led. Not because he controlled her, but because she respected him. She wasn't submissive in the be quiet and stay in the kitchen kind of way. She was submissive in wisdom and partnership. And submission like that is mutual. Now, if you don't respect a woman with vision, discipline, and wisdom, you don't actually want a Proverbs 31 woman. You want a servant dressed in scripture. Now, ladies, hold on. I got to talk about y'all too, because some of y'all are shouting, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, because you cook and clean and you post Bible quotes. But if you're bitter, entitled, manipulative, or looking for a man to fund your lifestyle, you totally missed the point. She didn't want to be saved. She built. She didn't just serve her husband, she blessed her community. She didn't brag about being chosen. She was too busy being excellent. You don't become a Proverbs 31 woman by calling yourself one. You become her by living like her, quietly, powerfully, and purposely. And one more thing. The Bible doesn't say that she was praised for being pretty. It never mentions that. It says charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. I want you to think about that too. I'm going to just leave that there. Hey, friend. If you're tired of those generic impersonal greeting cards, I've got you covered. Sincerely Shalia is my very own greeting card line, written and designed by me to help you say what's really on your heart. Whether it's love, apologies, or just because, these cards speak for you. Skip the cookie cutter messages and send something real. Check out my collection at shaliavinny.com/greeting cards and find your perfect card today. So we've been getting real about the Proverbs 31 woman and how she looked back then, but how does that help us today? Here are 5 things the Proverbs 31 woman can teach us that are still relevant today. Number 1, power is not the opposite of femininity. She didn't choose between whether she was going to be strong or she was going to be soft. She knew that femininity is most powerful when it's anchored in purpose. Number 2, wisdom over looks. She was not praised for beauty, but for how she moved. So stop obsessing over being sexy and focus on being strategic. Number 3, partnership is better than control. Her husband was secure enough to let her lead in her lane. That's what real men do. They don't feel emasculated by a capable woman. Number 4, value isn't what you say, it's what you show. She didn't have to post, I'm different, or her life reflected it. Value is in execution, not just self-perception. And number 5, of course, purpose over performance. She was not performing for men. She was walking in purpose, and the right man praised her for it. See the difference? I want to give you the truth that you may not have realized, or maybe you just didn't hear it this way. The Proverbs 31 woman was not a doormat. She wasn't a side chick. She was a force. She didn't beg for respect. She commanded it through consistency, character, and competence. Now, men, if you can't handle a woman with vision, voice, and values, you're not asking for a Proverbs 31 woman. You're asking for control in a Bible costume. And women, don't just aspire to be chosen. Aspire to be honorable, to be trustworthy, to be valuable, whether anyone's watching or not. Because when you understand that the Proverbs 31 woman was who she was because of who God put inside of her, then you're going to stop trying to fit into someone else's box. And you're going to start building your own empire with God at your foundation. She didn't need a throne to be royalty. Her life was her crown, and her legacy was totally unshakable. Now, if you need more help, you can always go to shaliavinny.com and book a one-on-one session with me. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to see you in the next episode, okay? Today's show is brought to you by Sincerely Shalia, my greeting card line. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform, share it with one person who you think needs to hear it, and ask them to do the same. Remember, good, better, best. Don't you ever let it rest. To your good is better, and your better is best. Until next time, your friend and motivator and relationship strategist, Dr. Shalia. Bye.